Now on CBS 4 News, tragedy in the surf on South Beach. A new talent for the Miami Dolphins flares up a season-ending injury. CBS 4 sports anchor Jim Berry will have details. Plus, are you ready? Are the book bags packed? Peace and quiet could be returning to your household tomorrow as South Florida kids head back to school. I'm Brian Andrews, updating South Florida's top stories at 6:30. Warning flags fly in the wake of tragedy in the shallow, warm waters off Miami Beach. Fire rescue pulled two elderly beachgoers out of the surf in full cardiac arrest, and it's believed rip currents contributed to this tragedy. Let's get you right out to the scene, and CBS 4 reporter Maggie Newland with the latest. Maggie? Let's check in with CBS 4 meteorologist Jeff Baradelli now. Jeff, lots of wind out there and those rip currents at the beach. New tonight, something in the water catches the eye of a passing boater in the Upper Keys, leading to a gruesome discovery. That boater found the body of a man believed to be in his mid-30s about a mile offshore. The Coast Guard says the man appears to have various tattoos, including one very specific one, a mermaid on his stomach. They say there does not appear to be any signs of foul play, and there are no missing persons cases where the victim fits the description of someone that they are looking for. Now to the big sports story of the day. The season may be over before it even started for one of the Dolphins' new free agents. CBS 4 sports anchor Jim Berry is here with the latest on Dustin Keller's knee injury. Jim, also Ken Bokamper will be with the 1972 undefeated Miami Dolphins in Washington, D.C. The team will be honored at the White House after all these years. Look for Bo's report right here on CBS 4 News starting on Monday night. More now on a story we told you about regarding a group of police imposters last weekend who were caught on camera robbing tourists and stealing things out of taxi cabs. There's been a break in the case, and tonight there are at least two arrests. Police arresting 20-year-old Alejandro Filgueras and 35-year-old William Charles. They've been charged with strong-armed robbery, impersonating an officer, and attempted carjacking. Police say the two acted like police officers and searched a couple and their taxi cab driver after they'd left Miami Airport, claiming they were looking for drugs. They later sped off with the couple's luggage and with the taxi driver's belongings. If you live in Davie, pay close attention before you have a sip of water out of your tap. Chances are you will not get sick, but city officials are issuing a boil water notice. All water used for drinking, cooking, making ice, or washing dishes needs to be boiled for at least a minute. You do not need to boil water, though, for bathing, doing your laundry, or watering your lawn. The boil water notice should stay in effect for at least the next 24 hours. While the Davie Water Treatment officials test the water to see what the latest numbers are. Right now on CBSMiami.com, we have an interactive map that shows you the areas in Davie that are affected by the boil water notice. The Egyptian military is warning demonstrators that deadly violence will not be tolerated anymore. Small groups of Muslim Brotherhood protesters gathered in Egypt today despite intense violence over the last few days. CBS 4's Jerrica Duncan has the story. Egypt's official news agency reports detained members of the Muslim Brotherhood tried to escape a police convoy today, prompting a deadly clash with security forces. There are reports that 36 people died in that confrontation. Still ahead tonight on CBS 4 News at 6:30, caught on camera. There she blows. A Japanese volcano pops its top in a spectacular display of shooting ash and rock. When your alarm clock goes off bright and early tomorrow morning, it's not just you getting up for work. It could also be your kids getting back to the first day of school. CBS 4's David Setta live at Target in Dadeland, where final preps are underway for the big day. David, I know you're a dad. Tell me, what did you buy for your kids to take to class? Turning to international news now, ash spewing more than 3 miles into the sky in southern Japan during a volcanic eruption today. Locals in a town had to be told to get out towels and cover their mouths and wear face masks to protect themselves from the soot and ash that was just flying everywhere. The Sakurajima volcano is already an active volcano. Today's volcanic plume is the highest ever recorded for that volcano. Fire crews gaining ground on a massive wildfire in parts of central Idaho. 160 square miles of fire. It's about 9% contained. Nearly 2,300 homes have been evacuated in the area of the blaze. More than 1,200 firefighters are now on scene trying to put it out. We don't have fire here, but we do have scorching hot temperatures, Jeff.
Scorching hot.
Back to the Keys now. A group of amateur boat builders stretching their sea legs today in an unconventional regatta. Crowds cheered as the builders raced their vessels during the offbeat anything that floats regatta in the Florida Keys. Some sank, Others glided, others were just wacky, but all headed straight to the finish line. The team Likely Story of Miami got the fastest time in the regatta with their wacky watercraft made of plastic, plywood, zip ties, and duct tape. Congratulations to everyone for making it work. Still ahead tonight on CBS 4 News at 6:30, caught on camera a traffic nightmare in the Pacific Northwest when a truck carrying multiple cars bursts into a giant ball of flames. Plus, back in court, what we could find out in the case of double amputee Oscar Pistorius when he returns to court tomorrow. The news continues after this. Video of a big diesel truck erupting into flames on an interstate in Oregon. Police say the truck was carrying multiple vehicles on a trailer when the fire started last night. Parts of the interstate in Oregon was closed for more than 2 hours as emergency crews worked to battle this one. Police are not quite sure yet what caused the fire to break out, and there is no word on what happened to the driver. Former Olympian and double amputee Oscar Pistorius is back in court in South Africa Monday, accused of murdering his supermodel girlfriend back on Valentine's Day. Prosecutors say Pistorius will be indicted for premeditated murder on the same day that his girlfriend would have turned 30 years old. The exact date of trial has not yet been set, but it is expected to begin in early 2014. If convicted, Pistorius faces a minimum of 25 years in prison. He has denied murdering his girlfriend. Coming up, CBS 4 Sports. The Dolphins made several mistakes in last night's game, and the Marlins and Giants had a whopping 5 lead changes today. Jim Berry reveals who walked away the winner in this seesaw battle, coming up when CBS 4 News turns to sports. We leave you this evening with something special to see. A panda cub in Taiwan able to open her eyes for the very first time over the weekend. According to the Taipei Zoo, it usually takes about 45 days for a panda cub to open their eyes, but this panda opened her eyes a few days early. Zookeepers are keeping a close eye on the cub and her mother as she gets familiar with her new environment. Really nice. That's our news for now. For more news, you can visit us online at cbsmiami.com and our radio news partner, 100.3 and 610 WIOD. 60 Minutes is next, and remember, CBS 4 News returns tonight at 11 o'clock. I'll see you then. Have a great evening.